Hi, Rich Pig with Personal Wings. I'm going to show you another quick video here. And on this one, we're going to show you how easy it is to clean some of the dirtiest components on your airplane. I like cleaning airplanes, but I like even more having a clean airplane to fly. So we're going to show you how to clean some of the components on the Premier I'm flying. I'm taking it off tomorrow on a cross country. And so I thought I'd show you and show how easy it is just in a few minutes to clean the bird. So I start with some really simple components, something to sit on, something else to sit on to make yourself comfortable. Hose, of course, I'll show you that. My blower, show you how that works. And then a brush. You can also use toothbrushes if you're really picky, but I'm not that intent today. And then I'll show you some of the best products that I've ever used. And it's a Nuvite line of chemicals for airplanes. This is their industrial strength concentrate called the Citricut Extra. And it works extremely well. I use the extra because it has a little protective sealant on it. And then I just use one of my extra bottles, spray bottles I have, and I mix it. This particular time I'm doing about a 1 to 4. For a dry wash, you can do it like 1 to 8, 1 to 12, 1 to 20 even if you want to, depending upon what you want to do. And its instructions are on there. It works really cool. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean some of the dirtiest components. In this particular case, the brakes, the wheels, all the brake dust from that. Okay, join me. As I said, it's really easy to do. It doesn't take maybe 5-8 minutes aside to do this. So what I do is I spray it. This is a Citricut Cleaner that, as I said, I dilute mine about 1 to 4 for this operation. And already you can see that. And I do some agitation. The easiest thing is to use a brush. And you can see how that comes off right away. My goal isn't to get every little bit of dirt out, but you can if you really have a lot of time. Like I said, between here, like on the lettering, you could use a toothbrush or down inside here. But my main goal is because the more crap and dirt I get off a component on the airplane, the easier it is for me to see if there's corrosion. And it's also one of the best ways to prevent corrosion because dirt will hold water, salts, things like that around the airplane. In fact, you always want to rinse aircraft fairly frequently, especially the underside. Just to keep it all clean and avoid corrosion, especially as planes get older. So it's really nice. I do that. Spray it again. And you can see how much is coming off there right now. It's just awesome how well it comes off. And I use Nuvite components. It's been my go-to for a long time for polishing planes. They have a whole set of different grit polishes for bright work, which really helps. Everything up to a really fine polish. They're 2S. But there's 2 different Citricuts. This is the extra. I like it because it costs a little bit more, but it has a sort of polymer sealant in there as well, because it not only cleans, but when it's done, it also gives you another protective finish. Sort of like what you do when you take your car to car wash, and when you do the wash, you want the rinse that has a little bit of wax on it, gives a little another finish. Same process. So I just keep on doing this. Like I said, if you're really picky, you can go in here and agitate it with a toothbrush. Not that picky today. Sometimes I am. So, and then I use, the other part of this little brush is kind of nice because it gets in here. I always have to make sure I get the front side, which you can't see from here. I let it just sit for a little bit. While that's sitting, then I'm going to do the back side, the scissors, and clean that, especially the strut. Struts are really important to keep clean because of all the dirt that accumulates on them. So that strut, silver part, you want to keep clean on all aircraft because there's seals up underneath there. So every time you land, just environmentally, you're going to get crap on that strut. And then that's going to work up into your seals, and every little bit of grit's going to be one more place for it to cut the seal and then for you to lose hydraulic fluid in the struts. It's always good to clean those. Get underneath and clean it with a number of things. You can clean it with hydraulic fluid if you want to. You could, what I use, been using for decades, is just silicone spray. It doesn't collect dirt, so I can sit there and put it all in, wipe it down without worrying. If you use something like WD-40 or something that collects dirt, then you have a problem. So I come here, so that's nice. It looks like I'm going to try one more time here, and then we're going to rinse it off. All right, so now come up underneath here. So I let it sit for just a little bit. And then if it's really dirty like this is, because I haven't done this in a while, I'll spray it again. And you see already, see the difference? How that's just coming right off there now that it's sat for just a few minutes. You want to make sure it doesn't dry on there. You could just wipe it off if you want to, but if you can, it's good to use water. I use deionized water, but it's not essential. You don't want to use a high pressure because remember you got components in there. Could be electric components, so you always want to be careful of that. So I'm just going to go through here, clean it, do this, agitate it a little bit more, see if I can get some more of this done around the lettering. Oh, also, while I'm talking about this, real important, tire pressure. Careful with that. So it also, a lot of the blowouts are actually going to take off from low pressure because it builds up stress on the sidewalls. So always make sure you inflate it properly. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Right, get that in there a couple of places. If I had my little toothbrush, I probably could do a little bit better job. But I think you get the idea. Watch this. So then we take it and just, doesn't need a lot of force. Remember, you don't want to too force, but look at that. What a nice difference, right, isn't it? It's pretty good. See, now I can see things. I can see if there's any issues here around the bolts. This is a little dirty. I'll wipe that off a little bit. Like that. So it gives me an idea. It gives me much better. Besides, it looks so much nicer. Right? You can see some of the dirt coming out of there. Isn't that nice? Look how clean that really comes in handy. Always make sure you want to get all the deposits off. Then you want to know what the blower is. That's what I use the blower for. What I like to do, it's not quite dry yet, is when I'm done with this, is I like to blow the water off without too much force, just so that the water's not sitting there and maybe corroding things and so forth. But it's my kind of how I do things. Wipe it down also, but it just kind of gets things cleaned off a little bit in there. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. Subscribe to our Personal Wing channel, the one you're on, and I'll see you the next time.